Hi guys, good evening. I'm just setting up like give me 1 minute. Hi and good evening guys. Let me just set up the chat. Jessica Kamal, hi Devanshu. Can you guys see my screen? Yeah, yes. Good evening, Devanshu. So Bitcoin is squeezing really hard. Hi Garpaji, Shashikal, good evening. I was wondering why didn't hi Srini. I'm just wondering why did not I kept my coin? We entered at such a nice entry point, and even yesterday, like in the evening, I was doing a Twitter space with Monative and Archana. I mentioned about Bitcoin, Mara, Coin, Roy, that they could be the next big movers. But I entered into them, but I didn't expect that there'll be after our 10% move on Bitcoin. That's a massive move. Yep, Manjunath. I but it's something which is done, so done. So I don't know what to do. In between, Han Chang has recovered from the day's lows, almost 200 points. So let's see how it goes. And we'll talk about the market. We'll talk about what we perceive from here. All right. It's been festive season last few days, so I was not totally active. But now we have some of the important earnings coming in. So let's see how we can tackle them one by one. And hi and welcome, Ashish, Shrikant, Naisa. Thank you guys. Thank you for joining one more time. So let me start with my basic scans. I will start from, but today, the levels which I posted 4220 and 4277 on ES and 14600 and 14850 both really came in nice, and I'll show you right now on the screen as well. So inside day, we have Netflix, Oracle, and Oracle. I was looking that yes, it could actually move really well. So I may add Oracle instead of. Let me just make a note of Oracle. Netflix is an inside day. Inside day, not down, just day. Let's start on bullish candle patterns, if we have any, none. Bearish candle patterns, if we have any, none. Anything crossing 12 and 34, On the daily time frame, none. Anything crossing 34.12. Okay, Intel, MUV, Opta. Opta is like busted in the last 2 days. It's a security company which could not manage its own security credentials. So what to do? MU need to figure out MU Intel. Also, I went long into Nvidia, like 430 to 440 strike call spread, and I shared that with you all. I now actually missed out on keeping my coin positions because like 10% coin right now is around 83. Those 76 calls are going to be super green if I kept them. Yes, both Intel and MU will have impact on Nvidia's working because Nvidia is there. Apple is already working on those chips, so it's going to be a tough market for Intel because that's the bread and butter for Intel. If somebody is trying to make CPUs, it's going to be hard. Okay, so let's see. Let me just see any positive. Gold is positive. Netflix is positive. Bitcoin is positive. So you can clearly see in my daily high Kenichi that yes, all three of them were positive to begin with. And they're showing some strength right now. 35,000 is just a test for Bitcoin, and the volume is now good, around 6,000 out of 12,000. So AMD also broke down, yes. So it's kind of a situation where AMD is at 99-ish area. If it doesn't hold 99, then it's end of AMD. It closed right at 100, was significantly weaker, and I'll be really in doubt if it can actually compensate today's move tomorrow. All right, so let's start from ES first. Yes, 30 seconds. So this is ES, and again, the power of regression channels, which I have showed you, look exactly where it came and tested it. In the morning, I mentioned in my tweet and in my Telegram that yes, this is a make or break area for ES. It should find a base here, or it will go down much more substantially. Now, this is an up move and this is a down move. We have a doji, expect a green candle, morning star, and we could come back to test 43.15, 43.70 area. So possibility of having a morning star. And I've showed every time that whenever there is a doji, it means the bottom is in. Or if doji is at the top is in. So this will give us some level of confidence that yes, Chris will come to Nvidia, but I went long in Nvidia. Just so it looks good. As of now, if we do not lose this area, or I would say this is around 40 to 40-ish area. If we do not lose this area, uh, I would mark this as a good area to find support. Even right now, it came almost close to that support because this was the support, this was the support in the past. And if I move a little on the right or left, you will see that around this area right here, this was the resistance. So this straight line is an excellent support, 4240. Now 4240, if it holds, then it should be good. because the head and shoulder which was there, right? This length, if you subtract this, it comes around to be 150 points. So from 43.95 minus 150 is about 42.45, and that comes along around this. So when we are doing head and shoulders, always keep in mind shoulder one, shoulder two, shoulder two, and this is the head. The shoulder, which is the latest shoulder, the length of the shoulder from top to the neckline, the down move is around that area. And this is like twice now. This is one time and this is the second time. So I think this is done. If we lose 42.45, then we can fall further. I do not think that is happening tonight. We tested this area. We're making a morning star, and this is the area which was in March, which was tested again. One more test will be lethal for this ES. Okay. So for now, this from 3700, this is the 1 day, 1 year chart. Let me add more time frames here. Uh, Time interval maybe 5 years, day, and this. So you will see right there, this dark green line, this has been supported in October of last year, in March of this year, tested one more time. How many bounces are left in this? I don't know, but as of now, it is showing some bounce. So we'll take that. Okay. So this market is again very difficult to trade. If you just go for a 5 minute thing, or if you have some meeting going on, it's really, really hard to trade. So keep an eye. If you get some profit, do not miss out on those profits. Keep trailing. Uh, Keep on making sure that yes, you have stop losses, because when it reverses intraday, it reverses hard. It could be on the bullish side as well as on the bearish side. Do not try to come with the bias that yes, it's a bullish bias or a negative bias, because this is really hard market. Okay, let me also check on the book map before we go further. Again, I did not save my settings on book map. Yes. I need to save. So this is the book map, which is right there. Let me hide these candles. You can see this green ball, these three-dimensional ball. This shows the level of buying which is happening. So when you see a massive green ball, it means the buyers are coming. So this is a very simplest way to look at how the market is behaving. Right here, the bigger red balls are there, which means the sellers are coming and they're selling it, selling it, selling it. The very basic idea is that once you see them, you trade according to the levels you have defined. So you can now see these green big balls from 10 to 10:30. These are some massive buying which has happened. And this is a good resistance area, 42.55 onwards to 42.60. So there are some massive sellers which are there. And on the downside, we only see 42.12, 4200 as a good support. In between, we have levels 42.40-ish, a good support, and 42.58, 42.60, some good sellers. If we can take out this, I think we'll be easily going for 42.77, 42.80. So right now you can clearly see these balls are getting bigger and bigger and bigger. And the volume is cumulative, not cumulative for these balls, and it's getting stronger. Okay. So all coincides with our theory that yes, we might have a bullish day tomorrow. We do have a DMI which is red. So if I add that DMI for a moment into the screen, DMI, and I'll change this to plus is this, minus is red, ADX is black. Okay, apply. So you can clearly see that ADX is red because the red line is higher. The black line, which is the power of or the strength of this line, is up, and which is clearly shown right here on the daily time frame because we are using daily time frame. So if we compare this, and that's where we do the back testing. If we compare this, we also had a doji right there. Similar circumstances before that, the rise were there and the green line was going down. Exactly similar circumstances right here. So tomorrow, if we start to move, the black line should start to go down, the red line should start to come, and the green line should start to move higher. That will also be a confirmation that yes, we are going higher. Okay, so this is how you choose your trend, how you define your trend. So let me just save this as a style. Otherwise, I'm gonna. It is October 2023. Okay, so now let's make some levels. So level, as I said, this is very important level, the green line, which is very strong. But for ES, I'm gonna keep 50. I'll say a little bullish because we saw a potential morning star. So it is dodgy at the bottom. If you make new bottom, then it will change. Potential morning star possibility is right there. Now, where we should buy, our stop loss, as I said, 42.40 is our stop loss. 4240. This is a good stop loss. You can buy anywhere, buy in the range. If you can get 42.45 to 50, which actually came a few minutes back, that was a good entry. Now, where we could actually find resistance, 61.8 Fibonacci, which was today's rejection point as well. So 42.77 should be the first area of test, and then the 12 EMA, which is 43.15. So I'll say a little positive. And on the short side, stop loss is 42.40. Come on, 42.40 is the stop loss. The moment we lose this, I want to try the low of this candle, which is 42.35. I want to sell from 42.35. My target first will be this green line, which is 42.15. If we lose this, then 41.95 and 41.10, they will open up. So this is going to be a really, really tough area. So 41.95 and 41.10. It need to break the good support zone of 40 to 40 for shorts. Bounced from long-term trend line. So this is about ES. Let's go to NQ. So NQ, again, my area was 14,850. Exactly to the point it came, 18.53, tested, failed. But what it managed, this was a great support area, similar to what we have seen. Like all these points came in between, but none of them had a close below this, only this one. So whether we are going to have this one, if we consider it as a low, this was a new low, and we managed to close above it. So it could be a fake low. The fake breakdown is a potential big mover uh, for the next day. All right, so here, if we can manage to hold 14,700, I think 14,850, 14,950 are on the cards. So stop loss is 14,700, 14,850, 14,955. This is again a long-term trend line test. It's not a dodgy as such, but it bounced, managed to hold 14,700. So managed to hold 14,700. Take breakdown. And then, yep, these are good positive points. It also bounced on the long-term trend line. When you list all these points in front of you, it helps when, like, I'm sure many times when we are in the trade, we get confused what needs to be done. So these points help me to get back into sense of clarity that whether I'm doing right or not. So where should I buy? I should be buying above this candle, which is around 760. So about 50 point stop loss. 14,760. If I have to short, 14,700 is my stop loss area. I should be getting into this zone 14,544, 14,550. Let's make it round figure. Come on. And then 14,425. I think 14,600 to 550 is a good support. Again, 60-40 is the numbers which I want to allocate. I let's change. in the triple Q, exactly similar to NQ. And if I have to short, we can short right away. 14,675. So 60-40 position on ES and NQ. Little bullish, as I mentioned, that yes, we had a fake breakdown and all those things. So momentum wise, it should be good. In between, Hong Kong has recovered almost 300 points from the negative. Uh, triple Q. Hi Vishal, hi Sunu. Same thing. Triple Q, if you see right here, this was a good dodgy point in the past. Right here, dodgy, dodgy, dodgy. It managed to hold on to here as well. So 354, 355 is a good support area. Now, when you have a good support area, and that's why I was a little bullish that we managed to hold this 353, and we went on to around 357, 58. So again, a possible fake breakdown if we can manage to move above 357. So here my stop loss is same setup. My stop loss is 354.50. My target is 357.35. That is my Fibonacci. And my 12 EMA is 362. In between, the black line tomorrow will be 360 and 362. We'll check to see if we can hold here or not. Uh, where should we buy? We should buy above 356. So almost 2% move is there. Also, we have big earnings tomorrow night. We have Google, we have Microsoft. So that is also going to have some impact into the triple Q. And also the technology is a bigger component in S&P. So we should see some meaningful trade on the upside if the market holds. Now, if we lose this area, sell below 353. Like, I do not expect Microsoft will come to that. Right now, if we come here, 348, I would say 350, 348, 6. So 350, which is a good solid support, 346, 40, 75. These are possible setups for triple Q. So in both cases, if NQ drops or ES drops, like tomorrow it will be more on NQ because both Google and Microsoft are really solid into the earnings and they're showing strength. If they start to give up, then it could be a big negative side for index. Okay. So let's keep an eye on these tickers. Now, Apple. Apple has fallen because the demand for Apple phones are not so great. It lost that important area of 173. Today, it tried to bounce above this area, but did not manage to. So I'm just thinking that if it had to break down from here, because I do not expect Apple to post anything amazing. It has lost this long-term trend line. I'm going to remove this DMI for now to have more space. So if you see, we have not lost this long-term trend line since December of last or January of this year. But now we are on the verge of losing it. So from 124, where it was finding some really amazing support, it had inverted head and shoulders and then it bounced to 198. Now it is on the verge of breaking down. And I think if Apple does not resonate the technology moves like it did today, it was like flattish as compared to all the other tickers. It may be a big downside coming up for uh, Apple. So I'll be selling Apple on rise. So I'm going to be short here. And you can clearly see the loss of 180 can lead to 173, but it went down much more than that. I'm going to convert this into a selling opportunity. I think if we can rise to 175, 176, a back test is like back test is I failed. Let me try one more time. If I fail, I'll fail big. If I recover, then I have chance. So back test is really, really good. So tomorrow, if we can let it rise, my stop loss is 175.80, or let's make it 176. I would say sell on rise 175 or 174.75. If it comes in this area, I'll be a seller. I'll not be a buyer on it. And my target is 167. And this area, 171 and 167. And Apple will rise if Amazon and Google or Microsoft rise into the earnings. That's why I'm waiting for Apple to short. Okay, I'm not shorting it upfront, but I'm waiting for Apple to come higher and short. AMD is almost done. It has tested this 99 area multiple times. The momentum is negative. The long-term bull flag failed. And right now, if you see, it has lost this channel as well. The long-term bull flag or the ascending pattern, which was supposed to break out, started but failed. So if you are a trader into AMD, this should give you some heads up. If it loses 99.50 this time, it can actually go down really badly up to 86. Let me check if we have any negative flow on AMD. I just want to check. Thanks, Mitchell. Hi, Ashok. Where's the Bitcoin now? It's 35,000. Wow. So here we have AMD. AMD, we can see that all these calls, 104 calls, these are getting sold. Aggressively getting sold. 84 cents, 84 cents. And this all started to come in at around 3 o'clock when it was trading at 147 something. And then like from there on, from 250-ish, $1, it just went down, 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 and down, and down, and down, and down. So somebody, this like if we have a higher open interest on a particular one thing which I want to show to you all. So again, this is not a good tool to show which strike is having the highest open interest and which expiry. But if you can find something, check for AMD and look at 104 calls. The open interest is 4,000 and the volume is 20,000. Okay. So this means like I have this column which I've added where the volume, if double than the open interest, I will get that into the orange bars. Right now, the volume of these is greater than the current open interest. So this clearly means that these positions were massively sold. So 100, 5. This will be very tough area for AMD. Really tough area. Now, on the contrary, if you see the puts had a massive volume at 95, at 99. So if puts are sold at this price, then those puts need to provide some significant support. So 101 and 100 both should provide support. So if we lose 100, then the next area of stop should be 95 in the open interest. I need to find a tool which can give me a lump sum open interest. Uh, it gives me like open interest, but not with the strike. That's the problem. So the calls are there, the puts are there, and the calls 39% were traded below the bid, 44% above the ask, and this is 15%. Like this number doesn't help, but if we can have something per strike, let me find that. But in between, AMD is a tough area. Now, if it loses 99, now I'm just giving it to the short side, sell below 99.50. If it goes below 95 is the first area we saw, and it also comes around 95-ish area, then it can actually find support at 86. So Apple and AMD both are short for me. And my stop loss is 101, which has the maximum open interest. Now you may try long on AMD, but above 101, but tough to cross 104 because the open interest is really high. So if I have to rate this setup, I would say AMD is more prominent towards short as compared to long. So you may think that yes, it's going to go crazy. No, it doesn't, and it's stuck there. Amazon, Amazon showed some strength today uh, in the same area where it has found the support previously. It came into that zone, same, finding the support. DMI is neutral, it is not negative. Plus, there was some massive call flow which came into Amazon. I'll just show you all that call flow in Amazon. And you can clearly see here, this is a trade where 128 put were sold, 128 call was sold or bought. I'll check on that. 136 calls were sold. 125 calls were sold. So there's some massive flow on both sides on Amazon. So little careful with these earnings and these flows, because when we go into the earnings with this heavier flow, we build a perception that yes, it's going to be in this direction. Because why would somebody take $1 million option? But let's look at a little detail. So Amazon 120 put call again sold at 12.5. Here 125 put was sold for 1.26. This 120 call, if you see, these are massive dollar amount, and this is right in the beginning. Initially, it was sold and then added. But in the last few days, yes, Crumpy, I know. It gives you put call ratio, but not per strike. I just want to see that. So here, if you see, like if you go back to 5-6 days of this data, let me just go from, let's say 16th to 23rd of this October and apply. You will see that there are some reasonable uh, selling which is happening into Amazon. These are 120 strikes. Uh, there's a bot, there's there's a sell, then there's a buy, sell, buy, sell, buy, sell, buy. So I really don't know whether these positions are being accumulated. So let's just check on this. Like on 1020, we had so many options. Let's see what happened to the open interests. See, only 93 were added. It means those positions got closed. We had a massive volume, but only 400. Like on 1020, this is uh, the current volume today. Okay, this was the pending open interest. So this was the traded volume on Friday, and this happened. So only 400 calls were sold out of 10,000. So most of them were closed. That's why I'm saying it does not give you a clear picture unless and until you drill them into the details. So these were closed, only 400. So it may not be any of them. So we can ignore this 120 strike call. Let's go to today. Let's clear this. I'm only going to cover a couple of stocks because I do not want to do anything outside of the earnings because that becomes really difficult. Uh, Also, there were some sweeps on 89. So this is 89 strike calls for June of this coming year. Now, I'm really inclined to see what happened here because when they came in at 125, since then, Amazon stock moved really solid. So let me just check if there's a dark pool around the same time. No, there's no dark pool. So tomorrow, if we can see, right now the open interest is only 521. So I'm making a note for this that tomorrow morning, if the open interest for this gets higher, then this will be an addition. If it gets lower, then it will be, where is my pen? So this is Amazon 89 calls. I usually write them on my notebook. June 24. Uh, Open interest is 521 and volume is 6491. And these are some really good dollar amounts. And you see all of them, 72% at the bid. So there was hardly any trade on these options. So it is really interesting why would somebody sell 89 calls? So why would somebody buy 89 calls? So it's really interesting. But from a chart perspective, Amazon is finding a base. Till the moment it's holding 124, 125-ish area, it's fine. So Amazon is, I'll still keep it neutral. My stop loss is 124. I would say buy in the range of 126.50, 127 if it comes in that range. Look for 128.65, which is 12 EMA, and then 130.65. Let me also mention June 24, 89 strike, high volume 6491, OI 521. So we need to figure this out. I'm not doing Baba, Costco, CRM. I'm just deleting them for now. Will not do JPM. Like Bitcoin stocks, I wish I kept them, but they've already moved so much, so there's no point to do anything on them. So Amazon, then we have Google. Google is one of the best setups, one of the best setups going into the earnings. One thing which it needs is it needs to clear 61.8 Fibonacci. Uh, it is still positive, it is not negative, it is showing neutral. The 12 EMA is positive. It needs to cross 137.60. If it does, that's a good solid support. 135.50 is a good stop loss for Google. 135.50 is a good stop loss. I really want to buy above 137.60. That will give me confidence. And if it works out, I think it will see 155-ish. I think it has potential to do that. If Google works out, there's also earning for Snap. So if Google works out, it should be really good. So 137, 140.7. I think from like I've always said, aggressive buy on Google. But let's look at the Google flow as well. Google has a flow of 2 million. I think it's a filter for a million. So let me remove that. 135 puts for this week. $3 not clear. 150 calls. I think this can be really good trade. And I'm expecting 150 on Google. So right here, this is an important trade. I just picked it up. So this trade is saying 130 puts are sold, 130 calls are added. So net cost is $8, and this person is going to make good money with $2,000, 2,000 lots. And let's see, 1206 right there. We also had a dark pool. 12.0. So this person, like if you multiply the lots, it's equal to that size. So this sets up really nicely, Google. I'm positive on Google. As I said, it looks good, flow is good, 150 may be on the card. So for earnings, 150 is possible. 12, 15, 23, 150 strike. Google is positive. I'm taking a lot of time today. I hope you are not getting bored. I'm just taking a lot of time just to uh, make sure that yes, everything works as per expectations. Then Meta is always positive. I'm sick and tired of shorting Meta. It doesn't work. It's roughly an inside day for Meta. Uh, Try to buy above 315. I was at 316. Still below 39. So in between, there's no trade setup. 321 and 326. Yes, so that's fine. Microsoft also has earnings tomorrow. I think this could be a disaster for Microsoft. It looks like W which is failing. That's one thing. But again, we can have anything coming. But if it wants to become an inverted head and shoulder, it needs to come down right there to 310 and then move up. Are we going to have that move tomorrow? I don't know. But this is getting in a very tough area. And we have massive gaps which needs to be filled on Microsoft right here, right here. So if I have to choose a trade, I am going to short Microsoft. Let me just check Microsoft flow. These 320 calls from 19, 930, 10. These are these are sold in the last few minutes. So tomorrow I need to see what's happening with 320, 1124. Because recently I've seen that the amount of, and these are in the money calls, and they are mostly sold. So there's hardly any open interest. If we see accumulation of open interest, we had a volume today and the price was kind of holding. So if we lose, then it will be a good trade. So that's Microsoft. 342.5. They are calls, but these are like very tiny dollar amount. So I can ignore them. Let me filter at least from 500,000 first on Microsoft. So there's a block of 6,000 lots. So 230. Do we have a 230, 6,000 something trade on quantity? I think these two. So somebody had this one and they did these two together. That's 460, 113. That's about the same time, around 331. 380 calls were sold, 315 puts were sold. That's all in all. Let's see. Microsoft is not giving me a clear picture, so I will see what's happening with Microsoft trades tomorrow. Let's go back to the chart. So from a charting perspective, this is 12 and 34 EMA. So if it loses 326, then it's a short. So Microsoft sell below 326. If 329, which is this area, 328.50 is held. So 328.50. 331.50, 58. Yep. If we hold above this, above 338, it could be a massive upside. But I have real doubts on that. On the downside, if we lose 326, we should be hitting 316 and 302. 321, 316, 302. And that's why I do not want to indulge in Amazon, because Microsoft will impact Amazon. Netflix is positive since the earnings. We talked about the morning star, and now we have gone through the earnings, and it's an inside day. Uh, an inside day, it's holding this green line solidly. I think if it can clear 411, we should see 432 on Netflix. So I really want to keep a stop loss of 405. And my targets are 419, 432. So if market supports, I would try and trade Netflix by about 310.81. And this will be my blue trade. If it works out, it will be a really good trade. After the earnings, it is consolidating and it's uh, getting ready for a move. Nvidia is positive after today's momentum. It held on to that area one more time, the long-term trend line. This is the trend line where it started the gap. It has tested this one more time. So unless there was a news, this would have broken down and went into the gap. But this is the trend line which has held it and held it one more time. So we should respect it. Now, stop loss is 428 on Nvidia, 428. Any dip should be bought like in the region 330 to 332. No, 430. 432, 432 ratio, and target will be 437, 442. The back test 437, 442. Back test of 12 and 34 EMA. I'm also eliminating Roku. I just want to focus on these big stocks for this week. Tesla broke down. Tesla almost came into its previous zones of 200 and then managed to bounce. Tesla is weak. It almost came to that 61 area and it bounced. It made a dodgy compared to the move. So if it holds 213, it's fine. Otherwise, it's going down. It's going to be tough for Tesla to hold here. All right, there's a gap, which is fine, but in between, let it come higher and fill that gap. But I am really reluctant on Tesla. The Cybertruck will not do anything great on their margins. It is about to break down. The long-term trend line is struggling. It's making a big M pattern right now. Or if you want to take a smaller one, you can do that. The loss here will be really bad. It can bring it down to 160s and this gap. So I am a little sensitive on Tesla. So I'm gonna do both sides. So if it loses 208, I'm going short below 208, which is like $4. And for Tesla, it's not a big number. 210 is my stop loss. And I'm looking in that case now is 200. And then 190. If I have to buy, I want to buy above 215. It's stop loss of 213.5. Target 219, 225. But I don't think so it's gonna go there. My stance is 60 to 40. So this is short and sweet today. I'm not doing heavy because this market is not to cover so many stocks. This is a tough market. So small and steady. Anybody has any questions, any points they want to discuss? I am sharing the Zoom link for a few minutes, and then if you want to jump on, please. It's on the chat. If anybody wants to join in. Buy of 410.85, yes. Netflix is buy of 310 of 410. It's on my Twitter. You can search Devanshu. You can if you need anything specifically, let me know. I'll post it again. But they are on my Twitter. If you go to my Twitter, you will search, you'll find those scripts. It's very simple. I've shared them. Hi Sonu, hi Vineet.
Hello, Naval bhai.
Hello, how are you?
Good to reconnect after so many days. Okay, bhai, wanted to ask you on Nvidia. Are you seeing any flow?
Nvidia is like massive flow. It's not like small flow. And like 60 million. Look at these flows. One was like about like 8 million. One was about 61 million.
What strikes?
380 strikes of December. 10,000 lots.
61 million.
Yes.
For 380 strike in the money deep.
In the money in 10,000 lots.
So that has to be a buy, and of course. Okay, so it's very bullish.
Yes.
Okay, so
and
then
followed by a 317 million dot pool as well. So somebody
okay.
is playing delta here.
Yes. So, bhai, would it make sense to buy a little longer dated calls which
Yes.
span across earnings?
Yes.
Okay. Okay. And secondly, can you please take a look at mRNA? It's breaking down, but it helped us a lot in COVID times. So, wanted to know if I
This
have
should be like I mentioned when it was 300. It should be like a one digit company, less than $10.
no, that is too much.
No, if you go back, this company was trading in $1, $2. It just went bazooka,
Uh-huh.
and that's it.
But they have some new anti-cancer drugs or anything. Do you see it rebounding, or it's you're not positive about it?
I've never been positive on gold right now. Intraday, maybe I trade sometimes, but it's it's not a company you trade.
Oh, no, I'm talking more of longer swing trading. No.
No,
So,
no, no, no. It's not for that.
okay. Okay, bhai. Thank you so
No
much.
problem.
And AMD is another good shot for tomorrow because of this news, is largely because of the news, you would say?
Yes, but technically it's also breaking down.
Okay.
Because
So,
if
Lisa,
Nvidia is going to take share from AMD, AMD
true.
is still lagging on the AI side. Why would AMD be like traded at that price?
But Lisa Su is very smart. She will come and do some drama about AI in her earnings and then try to.
It did not replicate into the prices.
Yeah, last time it didn't work out. Now they bought some AI company also. You must be knowing, right?
Let's see in the earnings, but they
Okay.
need to like uh, push this into the revenue. Unless
Understood.
and until that happens, like that, the same thing is with Microsoft. They increase their Office 365 prices. That's baked in. They had a deal with Amazon. That's baked in. Now, what market wants to see is what is the direction into the AI. If the direction is similar, then what Adobe did, that their guidance is same, or what they said last time, that the revenue from AI will be 2 quarters, 3 quarters into 24. Market will not like that. And that's why I am not positive on Microsoft at all. I really want to short Microsoft, but it is trading above 331, 328 area. I want to see if it breaks down, I'll be going short into Microsoft. Yes, Vineet, you have something?
No, I just wanted to say that, Naval, and thank you for what you do. And I'm kind of just sitting, not really taking a lot of trades because this is like you what said in your telegram. This is one of the most difficult market to trade. So
This is
yeah,
very difficult. This is very difficult. And anybody who claims that they're making money, I really need to know how they're making money, because if you are not there for a few seconds, the market will take out your position.
exactly. Yeah,
So I'm also like trading very limited now, just waiting for the right time. If we save our capital, the right time will come and we'll make money. I don't want to
yeah.
lose necessarily in this market.
I mean that's right. I mean the chul has taken a lot of money, so I'm kind
Yes.
of just sitting with
Same here. I'm like,
that.
instead of trading 20, 30 lots, I'm trading 2 lots, 3 lots,
Yep,
just to satisfy.
exactly. That's right.
All right, guys. Thank you.
All
I'll
right.
post this
Naval
in.
bhai, one more question, please, if I may. Bhai, so these yields, you think they are going to come down macro wise, or
No, no, no. They just came down temporarily because Bill Ackerman closed their shorts on
Mhm.
bonds. That's it. Macroeconomically, we are still getting busted. All the countries in the globe are selling US treasuries.
Yes, and that was my follow-up, that both China and Japan are dumping US treasuries. You think this is more a temporary phenomena, or
No,
they will
it's,
it'll continue?
it will continue. It's going to be there.
Then
Because,
our treasuries prices will go down and yields will go up. Then there's no
yes,
other.
yes,
Okay. And so stocks will have headwinds.
stocks have headwinds. Yes, it's if you take out these 7 stocks, S&P is down almost like 20%.
Yes. But you think these seven will also face headwinds because
Yes, Apple is going to get busted.
okay.
Microsoft is next. If Amazon, my take is, if Microsoft is going to get busted, it will have impact on Amazon.
Mhm.
At that time, it's better to buy Amazon than Microsoft.
When this beaten down more, $10 less or something.
Yes,
Okay.
because Microsoft has moved a lot. Amazon did not. Amazon has not even reached to 3,700, where I was wishing for Jeff Bezos to split it. He never did. Now the market split the price into like this piece. It didn't even cross 3,000 since then. Like it never tested one like 150. So
Got it. But only thing is nothing seems to be able to touch Nvidia.
Nvidia came down almost $60-70.
Yes, I'm saying, but now it's back on the uptrend. So that is the only one that is, if I may say, that is unscathed.
Netflix. When
Yeah.
I was doing the training, I mentioned Netflix was Morningstar, 390 and 446. So 390 is there, 446 is coming.
Yes. Even in the Twitter space, you mentioned other people were saying, no, it will go down and fill the gap. You told, no, it will not.
Yes, because you can clearly see in the price section what it is telling. So,
Okay.
all right.
Thank you.
Thank you guys. Thank you and have a
Thank
good
you.
night.
Thank you. Good night.
Bye.